So I am going to crochet a toboggan style hat, and I'm going to do it with fur yarn, and I'm going to team up this with some fur yarn. And so I chose the lighter one because I've never used this, just done like trim with it. So I'm going to be teaming it up to make it a little bit easier. But this is basically like eyelash yarn, and it's fairly thin, and it does, like, some of the fur yarn is really like fluffy and harder to work with. This one is fairly thin. It shouldn't be that hard, you know. So at any rate, I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger than the size measurements normally would be, because fur yarn doesn't have any give, doesn't stretch like this does. So when you're working with fur yarn, just need to make it a little bit bigger. Anywho, so that's what I'm going to do. And I need some scissors. So hang on just a second. I'm going to disappear. Well, because what I have, I got to get my scissors. There. Now, I'm going to move this camera also down into my lap, because I will pop it up here. At any rate, so I'm going to be using, I haven't decided yet, actually. Probably, let's see, I have a J. Honey, stop that. She's got congestive heart failure. And if you see your dog licking metal, it could be an anxiety thing, but it is also could be a malnutrition, like anemia. And because she does have congestive heart failure, that can actually cause anemia. So I got some vitamins from the vet today. And bless her heart. Honey, please stop. Don't do that. Honey, let's not do that, okay? You want some cookies? Here, you want some cookies? Here, baby. One for you. And one for you. Eat your cookies, honey. Okay. I call them cookies, but they're not biscuits. So that little crunching sound, that was her clicking on metal. It just breaks my heart. She'll be 11 in end of December. So 10 years old is the standard. Hey, how are you doing? Hi. So I'm crocheting. I'm drinking coffee at midnight. Anyways, after midnight, actually. So I'm using this just standard brown, if you will. And this is kind of like a creamy tan color. And so that's what I'm going to be crocheting with tonight. I'm trying to get situated here. Oh goodness, what did I do with my hooks? I set them down somewhere. My awkward thing about crocheting is that, most people try to follow along a tutorial or like sitting at the table. I have to sit elevated on pillows because of my back and whatnot. So anyways, I'm going to move this camera down without taking my computer to the ground. I'm throwing everything on the ground. Oh my goodness. Sorry. This cord is stuck underneath my computer. I can't move it. Oh. Okay. So actually, I got a new camera holder. You're really hungry, aren't you, girl? She wants those cookies. I know. Her iron's low, I think. That happens with congestive heart failures and dogs. She's old. Okay, so I have this. Hang on a second. Trying to figure out a way to set this up. Goodness. I thought this would be easier, but okay. I apologize. Goodness gracious. Alright. Now, I don't know if anybody's here or not, but I'm just doing this video and I'm hoping that people that want to watch it later to see. Okay. My phone out from under there. Oh, great. Now my pillows are going to fall down and there goes my light. Of course. Oh, wow. Okay. Don't fall. Please don't fall. I'm trying to fall. That's really not the right pillow to use with that. Okay. So I wanted some light. And pull this a little bit forward. Okay. Now, got my scissors. Got my hooks. I want to show this for you. I really like this, but unfortunately, I thought that I was going to have full skeins when I bought this, but I can't even give this. This is some really pretty fur yarn. It's just so shiny. You can't. The camera doesn't do it any justice, but it's like a mixture blend of browns, and it's just so shiny. It's just that really shiny, really silky. Looks like eyelashes. It's so pretty. But I don't have very much of that, so I'll just have to use that for some trim on a hat. Yeah. But I think that I have enough of this to go ahead and do a hat. This is supposed to be 1.75 ounces. This is the Fun Fur Lion brand yarn. Knit this scarf with one ball each of 2 colors in size 11, 8mm kneading needles. So it's 1.75 ounce. And I'm pretty certain that I could probably do a scarf and a hat. I have 4 of these, so that should be plenty. And then I have this big Super Saver skein of yarn. It's just a, I don't know, like a dirt brown, a mud brown or whatever. Now, some of the new Lion brand Fun Fur is different now. This is the older style, and I don't even think they make it anymore. So I was really happy to get the older style of this Fun Fur, just because it's no longer available. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyways, so the newer kind has, like, the back of it would have, like, kind of like yarn, and it's, like, thicker, and it has, like, it looks like half a strip of yarn on it, so you can see it easier when you're crocheting, because that's a lot of people don't like to use the Fun Fur because it's kind of hard to crochet with, because you can't see with all the fur. You can't see through the fur to see where your stitches are. So anyways, all right, get my stuff up here. So because I'm going to be using yarn and this, I will be using a bigger needle than I normally would to put them together. And I've actually never done this before, so bear with me. It's my first time, but I have watched videos on how different things to do with fur yarn. Oh, my poor dog. She's over there just lapping away. My funny dog. She, one night I woke up and I was like, what is that noise? And it just sounds like somebody blowing bubbles. And my dog discovered she could blow bubbles with her nose. Hi, John. I thought that was funny. So if you come here and you're commenting and I don't say anything, I apologize. I'll try to look up and see if anybody's here. So I'm thinking, so I'm going to chain, oh gosh, about 36, 37, 20, maybe 38. And then I'm going to do about 64 rows. Put my hook through the yarn. And then I'm just going to chain 36. It's 1, 2, 3, ooh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fairly loose because remember you're going back in with double. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Something's tangled here. Keep it from being tangled. And 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Let's see the length there. Oh, so what's going to happen is I'm going to do about 60 rows. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around. So this would basically be your length. And I want to be able to have like a cuff. Like I like to cuff up. I'm doing a toboggan. And I want the toboggan, I like a good, cuff. So, when you roll up your toboggan. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more. I mean, it's plenty fine to have extra long toboggan. It's okay. But the thing, again, when you're working with fur yarn, it doesn't stretch as much as with yarn. So that's 38 chain. And so then I'm just going to use single crochet. And normally with toboggans, you would go only in like the back part of the chain to give a, like a ribbed look. But because I'm using fur yarn, I'm not going to do that because you wouldn't really see it anyways. And just to keep it simple, if you will. So the only thing about doing this is to keep your yarn from getting tangled. So I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way and keep this over here. Kind of keep things neat. Keep this over here. All right. All this, since I'm not going to be using that, put that down here. Keep my space kind of neat. So I'm going to go in. It's kind of hard to see, so you just feel it a little bit. So I'm not going to go into the stitch where my yarn's in, but the first one. And all you do is make sure that you're going under both yarns. That's it. Yarn over. See? Yarn over and bring it through 2. And that's my first single stitch. So then I go to the next one. What fun. Just only tricky thing is just make sure you get it through both. Because if you don't, you won't be able to go anywhere. So that one did not succeed. It's no problem. All right. Wrap around. No, you don't wrap around on that single crochet. Wrap around after you go through. And then, see, I'm keeping it pretty tight. Normally I have things pretty loose, but I'm keeping it pretty tight so it doesn't get away once I get it on the hook and go through. Second single crochet. And to see where it is that your chain is in the stitch we just did, you just go like that, and you will see that this yarn is in that hole. When I go like that, I can see, I don't know if I can show what I'm doing here. See, when I go like that, see this brown yarn that I'm teamed up with, when I go like that, I can see that's where the hole is. So I know I need to go to the next one. This is called teaming up your yarn. And it gives it a multicolor look as well. So, whoop, I keep, it's late, and my poor baby. That gagging, that's because she has heart failure. And they give her Lasix pills. And so I've had to, dang it, I've had to double up her pill. They said to adjust it if she starts coughing again. She wasn't coughing at all for a good few weeks. But I don't know why I keep having that many on my yarn. It's not what I want at all. So I'll start back over here. Okay. All right. Getting distracted. See, I keep trying to yarn over before I go through. It's just late. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just late. I don't know why I take on complicated projects when it's late. But anyways, I do that. I was making some jewelry earlier. I was like, really? Why am I doing this so late at night? This is not my best functioning time. I was trying to learn how to make bracelets. This is actually an anklet. When you make an anklet, you let them hang because, you know, when it's on your ankle, the gravity. Anyways, this is an anklet. But it's so stretchy, though. I mean, I could wear it on my arm or my ankle. Who's here? Oh, Kivia, hi. I'm so sorry. I haven't been paying attention because I'm crocheting. But I'm crocheting with fur yarn, and I'm teaming up with regular yarn. So I'm showing how I'm doing that. So anybody that wants to learn how to do that can follow along. And then usually I do a tutorial, and then I'll give reference to a live stream that I actually did the work, so I can keep my tutorials shorter videos. And I making sure that I have both my yarns together. Okay, so I can see where the yarns are at, and I just want to make sure that both my yarns are in there. So then I go to the next chain up, go through, wrap around, bring through, wrap around on both of them, and whoopsie, I'm missing something here. Nope, 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 nope. That little yarn thing got away from me. Okay, now they're both back on there again. It's a little tricky, but it's not that hard. But I'm going to go ahead and redo that because, oopsie, all the way back here. Biggie. It's not a biggie. I got distracted by my dog. She was coughing and stuff. All right, so there's that. She's got to go. You got to go potty? See, she's taking a Lasix pill. I'm so sorry. She's taking a Lasix pill, and it makes her pee a lot because of her heart. She's got fluid on her orders. Come on, baby. You go potty outside? I know you got to go. I know. Come on, honey. Outside potty. I know. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. You don't need to go out there. So, anyways. Yeah, bless her heart. Yeah, those Lasix pills makes her potty a lot. So if she starts standing there staring at me, I know what she wants. She doesn't bark. She just looks at me. That's her cue. Now she's out there carrying on. Wait a minute. Oh, goodness. Sorry. I've got this yarn wrapped around my pillow here. Oh my word. Try to keep my yarn all organized while I'm doing this. Okay, back. Oh, this dog, the people behind me have this dog, and I guess they keep it outside. All right. Trying to figure out where my yarn is in this here. Okay. So, what are you guys up to? Okay. Go through here, wrap around, go through. A lot of racket out there tonight. Oh, what's going on? I saw this funny thing tonight. I was a post. Somebody had a picture of a skunk, and they say, "Don't feed the fart squirrels." I thought, oh my word. Hey, where does Batman go to potty? At the bat room. Anyways, I think I had my corny jokes every day being uploaded, and then I'm behind, so I have to get some out. But yeah, so this is going to be a toboggan-like hat. I don't know if I'm going to put, I don't know what I would even try to put. Like every toboggan hats, I think they should have palms on them. To me, a toboggan hat is just not a toboggan hat without some kind of palm on it. But that's just me. That's my preference. I don't know what I would use for a palm on this particular type of hat. So I'll have to figure that one out. Something. Okay. So you see what we got going on here. So another, again, if you're not sure, if you're losing track where your yarn is, you just look at the hole and just do like that. And then you can see this yarn moving in it. So you know that you go up one. Just make sure when you go in the chain that you go under both the yarns. You don't take more than just the one there. See, I missed something. I didn't get the brown yarn in there. It happens. Just have to, it might just take a little bit longer. You just have to be patient. But the finished product is so much worth it. It's not that much slower. All right. Getting underneath both yarns. And you just make a little bit adjustment on how you control your yarn. A little bit more tension. A little bit more tension. See. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty. And you can move some of the fur out of the way if you need to. So just imagine using really actually furry yarn. It's furry, but this isn't really that furry. Not too bad. Going under. Got both of them in there. This hook is size K, and I think it's the perfect size for what I'm doing here. So K hook, and the brown yarn is just your regular worsted yarn. I don't have the label on it anymore, so I'm not trying to do this here. It's making me hungry. here. Oh, it's not. Now it's blurry. Let's back up. I just thought it would be better if it was closer. You can see. That's me turning my head. It's hurting my neck. So you can see where the bone is at. So you go up one, wrap around both of them, and then bring it through. This one looks, this chain looks a little twisted. There's something wrong with this chain. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. That chain is actually doing that. I'm going to have to redo this. I didn't chain properly. Yeah, that might be a problem. I don't know if I can get around that or not. I don't like imperfections, especially if it's going to be something I'm going to sell. So I'm just going to redo it. There's a miss in my chain, and thankfully I caught that before I got too far along, because that would have really bothered me, because I'm probably going to sell this hat, so I don't want a mess, if you will. So let me count my chains. Restart over. Yeah, so you get to watch me do that all over again. Okay, so once again, here we go. Starting with 2 loops. Trying to make them evenly sized. You see that? 2 loops. Put them together. Then I get a close-up view too while I'm doing this. Oopsie. Put all this yarn over here. Okay, so put my hook through both the loops. And this little dangly thing here. The little tails on each yarn. We don't want that in there. So I don't know if I should clip that. Anyways, teaming the yarns together. So I'm going to chain 38. One, fairly loose. See that? You just have to pay close attention to when you're bringing it through to make sure that it goes through both. So you have 2 yarns. You have 2 yarn here, 2 yarn here. So you have to make sure that both the yarn is on the hook, and when you go through the loop, that it goes through both the yarns. So that's 3, 4, 5, and you can fill it when it goes through to 6. If there's any hang, you'll fill it. 7, 8. Then I go up with my thumb and try to keep the tension consistent. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See, I keep going back up with my thumb. 16, 17, 18. Back up with my thumb. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And usually with my finger, I have my finger out a little bit farther and I keep it a little bit looser as the thread just goes along as I'm crocheting. But I keeping it a little bit closer together and using a little bit more tension. And what that does is, you know, it just keeps it tighter and it enables you to get around it. And I lost my count. Sorry. Let me recount. So now in counting, what I do when I'm counting is I look for the dashes on the back part of the stitch. That makes, for me, that's easier. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, 28. We are at 28. I'm going to do 36, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, so what I'm going to do again is I'm going to do about 64 rows of single crochet. It's going to be all night thing. And then what I'll do is I'll stitch the back of it together, and then I will just do like a drawstring on the top. I don't know if you watched my pumpkin tutorial I did the other day, and you just draw the top of it together, and that's it. That will be the toboggan. But this is just showing getting it going. And I don't know, I'm not going to do all this tonight because it's so late. But this will be like, I guess, part 1. So to start, to go single crochet, I'm not going to start where the hole where the hook is at. Okay, so I'm going to go with the one in front of it. You just got to make sure again that you have both yarns on it. Go under, make sure both yarns are on the hook, and go through, wrap around, and go through both of those. And that's my first single crochet. And normally I crochet pretty, not fast, but I would definitely be going at a much quicker pace on hats, which is just single crochet. But because of this, I want to make sure I take my time, because you got to get all the yarn in the proper place when you're working with fur yarn. So this is going to be a fun hat, though. And then this weekend, I'm going to be making some baby booties for somebody won in my giveaway a baby hat. And so since they have a baby due, I'm going to go ahead and do the booties. Yeah, going to go ahead and do the booties too. So I may do a tutorial on how to do the booties. And though, even though I did one a long time ago, Yeah. Okay, so when you feel that there's something tight there, and I see that I have 2 of these on the hook, I may have to just go ahead and redo this stitch. When you're going to redo a stitch, make sure that you hang on to the loop so you don't lose it. Just grab it like that, pull that stitch out to redo. Okay, otherwise this fur yarn is kind of slick and it'll get away from you. So now redo that stitch. Wrap around and go through. There we go, much better. And again, when you're working with fur yarn, you're not going to have as much stretchiness to a hat because it's kind of like rope. It doesn't have any stretch to it as yarn does. So I usually make a size a little bit bigger when I'm working with fur yarn because of the lack of stretchiness. I don't know what my dogs are barking at out there. I was hearing that other person's dog barking, but not now. So I don't know. I need to bring him in. All the dogs join the choir. It's like one barks half a mile away, then they all got to join the choir. I will look up periodically just to see if anybody's there. But I'm not really here for chatting right now. I'm just trying to do this crochet thing live so that anybody wants to watch, they can. I could just get my camera placed properly. That's better. So, working on my first row of single crochet, and this whole hat is going to be just a panel of single crochet, and it's so easy to make. These toboggans are so easy to make. It's just, you just do a chain of whatever length that you want, and then you just single crochet, and that's it. And then you do so many rows, and then you just bring the 2 sides together of the panel, and then you use the drawstring at the top, just pull it together like a drawstring bag, and that forms the crunch at the top of the toboggan, and that's it. It's so easy. And as long as you just take your time with your fur yarn, it's not that hard. So browns are pretty popular. I mean, there's a lot of brown coats in the wintertime. You can wear brown with so many things. So I was really glad that when I got the yarn, it had some browns in it because I didn't know what all colors were in it. It was just a big palette and didn't have it spread out to where you could see all the colors. And anyways, but I talked to her, the lady that sold me the yarn, about some missing skeins, and she was really nice, and she was going to try to make it up to me, and I haven't checked on that. I got it from eBay. So she was selling for somebody else, and anyways, still a good deal. because this is Lion, most of it, not all of it, is Lion brand fur yarn, and it's not available anymore as far as I know. They have a different, they've changed their fur yarn a little bit. So this is the older style of the fur yarn. And so I just like the idea that it's something that's no longer available. And I've got a whole bunch of it. I was tickled. So now there are people that do sell this online, like on Etsy. And so a little skein that's only 1 ounce, 1.75 ounce is, anywhere from $5 to $6 or more. And so, I could sell some of it, but I just rather make things with it and like gifts and stuff. Um, I don't make gifts to order um, because I just can't do that. So I just make things and then give it the gifts or trying to sell things on Etsy. So I'm going to be doing toddler things, toddler hats and stuff, and like character themes. And I've had somebody, a good friend of mine, wanted me to do stuff for her grandkids. And so, um, like sport themed colors, stuff like that. So, and I want to learn how to make some cute little novelty purses and sell those online. So I'm thinking I'm at my end here, but I may have one more stitch. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it and start my next row. Now you just want to make sure that you've got it straight and that it doesn't turn. So you see the top of the chain there? That's what I'm going to be going in. I don't know, on camera it's like you can't really see it. It just looks like. So I'm going to, before I turn it, I'm going to go ahead and add the loop, because whenever you turn, you're going to add a loop. So now I'm ready to go into my first crochet, single crochet chain that I did, and then single crochet again. I'm going to single crochet for quite some time, about 60 rows to be exact, maybe a little more. So I'm probably going to do about, and so you just kind of feel your way to so you don't skip stitches. And there was this lady on YouTube, and she's blind, and she she crochets like a maniac. That girl can crochet. I was so impressed. And she can't even see. She's completely blind. And it's amazing. So, in this, with working with fur yarn, just kind of feel it like that, where the next hole is. Now, this is where once you'll start to feel how it doesn't have that stretch in there. The more that you have with the fun fur yarn, you'll start to really see how it's tighter than if it was just yarn. Mm. So I'm going to release some of my yarn, but I don't want too much unraveled at once because try to keep it organized. All right. This pillow's got so many pills on it. Looks ridiculous. Anyways, so see, just keep it from twisting though, so you don't go into the wrong place. You want to start going in the top and then end up going in the bottom or the side. And there you go. So what I do is fill it with my fingers, go through, wrap around, wrap around again. And see, I keep this nice and snug. Okay. And I am really tired. So I'm probably going to finish this row and go to bed because I'm just feeling really sleepy. And I don't want to be crocheting when I'm sleepy because then I'll make mistakes and I don't want to have to redo any work. I'm hoping that I will have enough to be able to do a scarf with this hat, right? Because that'll be a cute set. And I did this bracelet, but can't see it on the camera. These are really pretty marbled beads. Anyways, I was wanting to do some jewelry, but I forgot to get a smaller needle. I need like a 2 or 2.5 because some of the patterns for bracelets you need, some of them you just do what I call plunking, where you just put the beads right on the yarn and then just incorporate it. That's what I did with this one. And then some of them you're going to use a smaller needle and you're going to go through the bead with it and put it on the bracelet that way. So I needed a smaller needle, and I was at this Walmart store today, which is half an hour away from where I live, and I forgot. So darn. I don't have anything smaller than a size 3mm, and 2.5 is appropriate, depending on the size of your beads. So the hole in the beads. But most people that work with jewelry yarn, I call it, uses a 2 or 2.5. But at any rate, but I don't have one, so I could probably call my friend. She might have one. She might. She crochets a lot too. I had to borrow a yarn needle from her because I didn't have any yarn needles until I could get someone at the store, because I was making those kitchen towels with the topper that you can hang over the cabinets or whatever. And I created a pattern for that. I don't know, just that narrow strip that you fold over and then use with the button. I just think it just looks so opposite to the rest of it. So I wanted it to kind of have a different way of closing, a little bit rounded. So there we go. Two rows, and I am going to have to go get my dogs. Apologize. Oh, goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. I'll go get them, bring them in. I might do one more row, and then we'll have to go to bed. Excuse me. Bring me tinker and dinker. Keep going. Oh, honey, come on. There's the shelter for all that. Come on. Honey. 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 Guys, we can bunch of wax. Oh, yeah, I'm hungry. Sweetie. Oh, spider. Spider, spider. Oh, eat those things. Ah! Guys. Oh. Eat those things. It's starting to get cool at night, so I need to spread it out of my house. It's break time. Oh, I'm gonna have 8 in front of y'all. I love these. Are really the only kind of chips that I can eat. Like I have a diet issue, but I have to keep my sodium count. I open this upside down. Yeah, these are low in sodium. I have sensitivity to sodium. So, oh my goodness. I wish they would sun chips. There was a kind that was like what was it? It was like sweet, and it was like sweet potato with cinnamon or something like that. I'm just like, oh my goodness, it was so good. And then I guess they quit making it. It was so good. And these are better for you. America's favorite whole grain chip. The slightly savory, slightly sweet, totally 100% original. It's got it's low in fat, low in sodium, low in sugars. Doesn't really have any nutrients, so it does have a little bit of protein. Oh, These are what I've been using for stitch markers. I was like, dude, I don't have any stitch markers. Like 0. Oh, I'm giving some away though. I got my hair up on this palm. So, all right, that's enough of that. Huh. It's the serving size is about 15 chips. But I got a question. Here's a clue word, just in case anybody's watching this or just getting my giveaways. Serving size. Like who can eat 1 serving of chips? Can you really do that? Oh, they're just so good. Now, I generally don't let myself eat chips by themselves because I don't want to eat a meal though. I mean, it's just like in the middle of the night, just a little bit hungry. Okay, that's enough of that.
Go back to crocheting. What you want? You want my chip? You got my chip. They're all broken. They're all little pieces. Look at that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, honey. Somebody got your spot. Huh. All right. There's a big spot. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. No. There it is. What you doing? Oh. Bugs. Now I have to go brush my teeth. All right. Fiddly dee. That is just not a good. I need to find some way to hang this thing up. Let's see. Maybe I'll just do this. Straighten it up. I'm gonna do it that way. Maybe. Put this thing. Whoop. Tighten that up. All right. Now, I'm gonna bring this camera back over here. See about doing one more row. And stand down here. Which one? Honey. Don't need the center here. I do need a pillow in the back of my head. All these pillows were on a support. All right. Uh-oh. What did I do? No. Haven't turned my work yet, so my loop is not secured. I lost my place. Oh no. Honey, really? Uh-oh. Trying to pull it back through there. All I got is this. I have to redo it. Drat that. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so I gotta go through one more. Get back where I need to be. Okay. Where's my yarn? What's happening? What is going on here? There we go. Okay. All right. Make sure I'm going to the right thing here. All right, now I'm going to go through the loop before I turn my work. I'm going to go in and start looking at middle again. So I'm going to bring chain one before I turn my work. That feels so soft. Gosh. Oh, hi. Who's here? Micro Farmer. Hi. Just got for old man run. I hit the button and say hello. See y'all doing it. Oh, you catch up to you. Oh, okay. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I'm showing how to crochet with fur yarn. It's a little tricky, but it's not that bad. So anyways, but I appreciate you. I'm gonna be going to bed here in a little bit. I was sleepy. So I thought, I said I'll do one more row. So see, I'm just feeling for that next chain to go through, making sure I go through both of the yarns. Because see, what I've done is I'm teaming up the yarn, makes it easier. This kind of particular fur yarn is not that hard to use. Like I could crochet just with the fur yarn. But it, it wouldn't, I mean, for a toboggan, for a winter hat, it's not really going to give you that much warmth because this is just, it's not real fur. It's really idea for decor, but as far as warmth is another reason I'm teaming up with yarn. It just makes it easier to see what you're doing and see where it is. And, obviously it will be for warmth. So oh, there's some kind of little lanyard in there or something. And then once you get used to it, you can go a little bit faster. Just make sure if you feel, that it's stiff, you may have a hang up, but it's not that bad. I don't know why. A lot of people, they just don't like to work with the fur yarn, but I think it's fun. I like the fur yarn. This one is just kind of like, reminds me of kind of like a hedgehog or something. Who's here? Say hi. Are you still here? Nope, they left. Okay, that's all right. It's all good. Or float your boat. But if you're somebody that wants to participate in my weekly giveaways, if you comment on my live stream, you get extra entries. And I am doing a new giveaway that I announced today is debit card that is strictly for clue words. So I drop clue words in some of my videos, and then you comment the clue word and you get extra entries. If it's a short video, you'll get 2 extra entries. If it's more than 5 minutes, you get 3 extra entries. If it's more than 10 minutes, you get 5 extra entries. And then like a live gaming live stream, like if I do a live stream for like half an hour or more, I'll drop several clue words like every 5 to 7 minutes, and then you can get like 3 extra entries. See, I did it again. I missed a stitch. I have no brown yarn in this chain. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's I'm going to give you a tip when working with fur yarn. Make sure you check your work on each row because there is missing yarn here. All I have is, see this, and this is just not acceptable because I'm going to be selling this. So can't have that like that. So I gotta go all the way back to that missed stitch. So just you know, just a little bit extra work. It's just to check your work as you go along. Because usually when I'm crocheting a single stitch, I'm flying. Like, you know, I would have probably already had this halfway done, if not already done, you know. And just, okay, so back to this stitch right here. Yeah. There was a little bit of a tangle there is what it was. And I didn't catch that. And see, that's the thing about working late at night. You know, working on something late and I'm tired and I make more mistakes than I normally would if I was like wide awake in the afternoon, if you will. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this loop right here. And again, just check your work. And so I can look here and see 2 pieces of yarn all the way down. So that's good. I don't know how I missed that brown yarn, but I sure did. All right. It's probably talking or distracted, doing something with my dogs. Don't start singing. We're not going to sing. Talking to my doggy. They hear a dog off in the background barking. They want to join the choir. I was like, no, no, no. See, it's doing it again. There's that tangle. That's what it is. So I keep this yarn. Yeah, sure did try to do that again. All right. So just make sure you fill the next chain, each one. And when you come through, make sure you got both of them on there and you went through both loops. And before I start the next row, I'm going to check my work. And you can kind of feel it though, like if it feels like it's stuck or something, I mean, you can, you know if something's not going through properly because it should have a consistent feel about it when you go through the chain and then you're bringing both of the yarns through. It has a consistent feel to it. So. And just want to remember to keep your chains or your stitches not really loose, but definitely looser than what you normally would if you have a tight stitch, because you're bringing them both through, so it's not normal. It's a little bit different. So now this last little chain there, sure I get that. Oh, see, missed one. Missed it. That little loop got away from me again. Okay, it's all right. Yarn got away from me again. Through, wrap around, and bring it through. Okay. I think that's the last one, but let me double check. Yeah, one more. Okay. All right. Now, before I turn and start a new row, I'm going to look at all my stitches, make sure there's nothing goofy going on like that last one. So far, so good. Okay, ready to start another row. Okay, so now I'm going to add a chain, then turn my work. Okay, see that? Do something with this pillow because I need more support back here for my head. It's not comfortable at all. I mean, at all. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to get comfortable. I have neck problems, so I don't need to be aggravating it more at night. All right, here we go. That's just great. Now I've got the camera somehow or another tangled through my yarn. All right. All right. Back to this. Now, okay, so I added a stitch, turned it. Now, filling for that first one there, going through, wrap around, and going through. Ta-da! It's so soft. It's so soft. Just have to be patient and take your time and check your work. Which single crochet is super easy, but again, I have got 2 yarns going on here, and I'm working with fur yarn, so it's not typical. So might take me just a little bit longer. It's okay. Just trying to go through. See, and the thing is, that's why keeping this a little bit closer and tighter does help it to keep it from, separating and all that other stuff. Just kind of feeling as you go along. Feeling as you go along. So I'm going to make this part 1. And finish the rest of it later, because see, the odd thing about my problem with crocheting is that I don't like to not finish something. Like, I don't know how women do it. They just work on something for a little bit and put it down and go back to it, and I don't know. I think that requires more patience than I have. Now, I have made blankets before, and but like a toboggan hat, man, I could whip that out in an hour. And I like things I can just start, finish, and be done. A couple hours, I've got a new product. That poncho that I did, of course, I was designing it as I went. I knew in my mind what I wanted, but it just took longer than I thought it would. And anyways, but now that I have it, the pattern laying out, it goes quicker. And I was supposed to get my green yarn this week, Chanel yarn, that I was going to make another poncho with. And I called them today. Oh, no, we're not taking any trucks this week because we're doing inventory. And I'm like, okay, well, you should probably let that be known. online because there's a certain date that it's supposed to be due, and just wow, you know. So if you order from, I ordered from Dollar Tree because they had some really pretty color uh, Chanel yarn. I wanted to grab it up while they had it. So now the Dollar Tree yarn, it's a ripoff because you're getting just itty bitty little skeins for $1.25. And but when you add up, when you buy 8 ounces, you're going to pay way more than if you get a full skein at Walmart. It's a complete ripoff. However, when you order specialty yarns, you're going to pay more like at Walmart. So specialty yarns from Dollar Tree is a good deal. Hello, who's here? I'm showing how to crochet with fun yarn, which is a little bit tricky, but not bad. And so I had ordered some Chanel yarn. The colors that are available to order online are not available in the stores. You have to special order it, but you have to order minimum of 12, which is fine because the skeins are so small and they're only an ounce and I think 3/4, under 2 ounces per skein. You know, even 12 skeins of that, you know, if you want to do a blanket, but what I'm wanting to do is a poncho. So I have some really, really pretty fur yarn with them, like a blended green. And I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know if that's going to mix with that lime green that I got or not. And if it doesn't, then that's okay. But I'm wanting to, I thought it would make a pretty poncho, the fur yarn green that I have. So it's so soft. I just love it. That's going to make such a pretty hat and scarf. Oh, it's supposed to, I know I said I was going to do one more row, but I'm going to do one more. And then I'm going to end this live stream because I don't, my neck. Okay. So I've turned my work and added chain and turned it. So now I'm going to start my first crochet. Just making sure. You know what? I forgot to check my work. So let me do that real quick before I get into this next row. Just making sure that everything looks okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Yeah, it's okay. All right. That's pretty. Incredibly soft. I have some fur yarn winter stuff. I have a red fur yarn hat that's all fur yarn, right? Like it's not mixed with yarn like this. And so I have a scarf that's fur yarn. And it's just the only, now the hat that I have it's lined, like, you know, it's got a lining on the inside. Otherwise, but the scarf, I mean, it's more like a frilly thing because it doesn't really provide much warmth. Scarves are supposed to be for warmth, you know, but it's not going to give you much warmth. So that's the nice thing too about teaming this up with other yarn, and it's super like thick too. This will definitely keep somebody's head warm. Yeah. Whoop, see, that yarn got away from me. Ruh-oh. It got away. The yarn got away. So we got a little bit of oof here. Brought too much yarn in there. All right, so we'll redo that stitch. See, shorten. See, so I wrap this around and I keep it shorter so that it's tighter. And when I do that, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't mess up. So see, I just feel for each stitch, wrap around. Uh-oh, I lost my stitch. This bug is, I've got this ring light right on me, and this bug is over here dancing in my light. I'm like, dude, stop. Get away from me, creepy bug. But they like the light. All right, so it's separated. Okay, so keeping the consistency. All right, so, and another thing is make sure, see right now I have a tangle. You want to make sure you keep your yarn separate. Okay, because right now my yarn is all, it's kind of tangled up. So definitely want to keep your yarn separate when you're working with two yarns. Big no not to do that. I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm just telling you, it's going to be a headache. So I'll put my brown yarn back over here, and then I'm going to take and put my where's my fur yarn? Over here, over there. This light back up over here. All right, and then my camera over here. Oh. Okay, back to this. I need to pull out some of my skein. All right. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, I love this. It's so soft. Okay, now we got these two yarns together, and I'm a little bit shorter. Like normally my finger would be out to here. I just keep it real loose. But working with this to keep a little bit, like you don't want it tight. You don't want your stitches tight because you're going in through with two different yarns. But this part right here, for me, it's easier for me to keep it from, like separating and stuff like that. To keep it together is just to keep it tight and kind of closer to the hook than I normally would have my finger. But, whatever you do it, it's comfortable for you and works is up to you. But this is how it is easier for me. And again, I'm feeling for each stitch, making sure that I go through. See how that happened? All right. Wrap around, go through two. And just have to make sure you got both yarns on the hook before you start the next stitch. Whoop, see. Okay, filling the next stitch, going through, I'm going through, filling for the next stitch, around, pull through. Filling for the next stitch. Okay, going through, wrap around, going through. Whoop, wrap around. See, I twist it just a little bit, keeping it tight on the hook. feeling for the next stitch, wrap around, go through, wrap around. It's not that hard. You just have to be careful, take your time, check your work. That's it. And I'm going to, when I get done with this row, I'm going to end the stream. So I'm going to go brush my teeth and go to bed. I'm going to get some rest. And thank you, anybody that stopped in. Appreciate you very much. All you kind people out there. If anybody's listening or watching right now, I read the Bible by the books, and you can listen to the Bible being read, which I like to do when I'm doing chores or different stuff. I just hit the playlist and let the Bible be read and, listen to it. That's how I started my YouTube channel back in 2009. No, actually, wait a minute. You know what? I'm thinking that I had my channel before then because, I don't know, I was in law school. And so in law school, it's a lot of memorization. Like you have to memorize the definitions of every single subject. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of memorization. And so the best way to do that, because when you have your tests in law school, you have to, like, you get a scenario, and then you have to say, like, for example, torts. You have to know the definition of each and every rule of the subject, and then you have to, type out the definition as you're, type in your responses or whatever. And I mean, every single rule. I mean, it's amazing how much how much you have to memorize. It's kind of like equivalent to memorizing the entire New Testament word for word. Like, I mean, it's just that much memorization. And you have to whip it out in a timed high pressure test exam. It was wild. It's amazing that my brain was able to do that. And I made the grades. Like, I think one, like, B's and C's. I wasn't like acing it through, like in college I had 4.0, and well, not for the whole college, but the last semester I went to before I went to law school, I had 4.0. Is that bugs? It's just not, law school is so much harder than regular college. Anyways, but so I was memorizing, because that's how you do it. You just memorize it. You just listen to it over and over and over to where you can say it in your sleep. Lots. So that's how I did anyway. So that was one of the things that I used my YouTube channel for, was I would say the definitions, I would audio record it, and then I would just listen to it over and over and over and over. This is one of the things I do with my YouTube channel. So, and then I read the Bible, and read the Bible. Like to listen to play. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my work before I end. And I leave a long loop when I'm going to end, so it doesn't get caught or leave or whatever. And then I'm going to just sort of poke my little needle in there. And this is going to be a little bit tricky putting these together. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. And that's it for now. Thank you all for stopping in. Appreciate you.